Hey everybody, my name's Michael,
My name is Cleve.
and welcome back to an exciting installment of AniMay-nia. Even today's episode is another suggestion from a fan,
Big fan.
a big fan. Do you
Big
say
fan.
kill la kill? Kill
I,
LA kill?
I say it all together.
Kill
Kill
a
a
kill.
kill.
Yeah, they put the
All one
spaces in it
fluent
though,
word.
so I wasn't
Yeah, I
sure.
know. I've,
Uh
I've not heard them say it yet, so
this is true. I don't know, we haven't gotten a situation where they're like, you got to keep the bus going certain speed, and then they all look at the camera.
this is a
Because
movie.
uh, anyways, so we watched a show called Kill La Kill, and we watched the first episode. For anybody that has not listened to the first episode we did of this, we did Samurai Flamenco. We will watch the first episode of a suggested anime all through the month of May. We will be posting episodes on Thursday about them. And we're going to give you a quick rundown of this show, Cleve.
Yes, episode 1. If only I had thorns like a whistle?
A thistle.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a weed. It's
Uh,
one with like little barbs.
I don't know how that came up in this episode. But so the episode starts with a guy in a school stealing a uniform.
Yeah.
And what I like about this one is very early on, you get the feel of this anime immediately. You get the playfulness because the general, I can't remember his name.
That is Ira
Right,
Gamaguri.
right,
Ira
right.
Gamaguri.
Gabagoo.
We're going to mess names up, guys. Sorry.
He just like flows into the room like a mountain, and then all the military soldiers like in next to him and create a line. And
they're not going for realistic at all.
No, and I'm okay. It was okay. And so the guy's running down the stairs, and as he's running down, every corner he turns has a window, and you just see him like jumping out and down. I thought that was really good. You get an immediate like, oh, I have this uniform. This uniform gives me strength. Look how strong and fast I am. And he's like, yeah, but you have a 1-star, and I have a 3-star,
like
and just obliterates them.
Like some star ranking, and they're called Goku suits, which I don't.
I'm sure that means something.
Yeah. While you're talking about it, I'll look that up.
And then we cut to our main character who is just eating a lemon like an apple. Kind of impressive.
Oh, that's the kid that. Oh yeah, she's eating a lemon, and then the kid tries to pickpocket her.
Yeah. And then she was like, "You must really want to swap splits with a girl to be stealing leftover food." And it's like, okay. And then she calls her a bitch, and I'm like, okay, so we're setting an immediate line for comedy, action, and vulgarness out the gate.
Yeah, that little kid's name was Mataro. And he was, I think it was a he. Was it a she?
They were both she's.
Oh, okay. My apologies. She was like trying to act super tough with her and her gang, and I really enjoyed that. When she then, the main character, which was, God, however, or Matoi. What's her first name now?
Ryuko?
Ryuko? Matoi? Laid the smackdown on those little children.
Immediately.
Like, oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We didn't mean to do it.
It was like just swinging a suitcase. It was like, then, all right, my bad. We don't want to actually fight. We're bluffing you, and you called it. And then we meet Mako, the older sister, who slings her bag and then tackles him in the air. You get a good feel of this character out of the gate. She's an enjoyable character.
The origin of the name Goku, by the way, is aware of emptiness. I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. Anyway, Goku suits is what they wear, and the more stars they have, the better they are.
Yeah, and I really laughed at the part where she was late for the tram, and she was like, I gotta get on, I gotta get on, I got on, yay! And then it just rode away.
And the character, she was an interesting character.
They meet each other at the school because Ryuko is looking for information, but we don't know what the information is. And then Mako's like, "You're my best friend. Sit here next to me," and then eats and goes to sleep at the school.
Yeah, because when they came to bust in for the kid that was stealing the suit, she was asleep then too. So
Yeah, that's her thing apparently.
I'll bet, like, I imagine that her life is just busy. Like, we're gonna get a picture of her like life inside her house, and that she's taking care of everybody.
Later on in this episode, makes me think. I'm sure there are plenty of pictures of her. And I'm referring to the hanging her upside down.
Yeah.
But anywho, had good color, had good art. The Ryuko finally gets to call out who she wants to call out, which is like the student council is what they call the people in charge.
I assume, the head of everybody.
Yeah. And then she goes in with this half pair of scissors that she uses as a sword, like this massive pair of scissors.
Xenoblade.
Yeah, I could see that. And then she gets just straight rocked out of the air, and that was really funny.
By the boxer guy?
Yeah. And then she gets beat up, she runs away, and then she encounters... she gets to sit through a trap door by random...
not a teacher. I think he's he is a teacher. He's a teacher, not a part of the student council. His name is Akura Mikasugi.
Okay. And then she bleeds on some clothes, and it awakens a uniform.
Did you not think that Audrey 2 was coming out?
Audrey, Little Shop of Horror, yeah, immediately.
He's like, feed me more. Oh, okay.
And I was like, all right then. And then she goes back because they're talking about deep frying her friend that she met that day. And we get a glimpse of her not even really trying to hold her skirt up, and like the under part of her boob showing. And I was like, I feel uncomfortable. Anyway, she goes and rescues her, and I enjoy. She goes to fight the boxer again, and she's like carrying the girl, and she's like a stiff board hanging sideways, horizontal.
Does it make you feel less awkward that she's 17 years old?
No.
Okay.
In fact, you're just on the line of making me awkward.
I thought maybe that would help you. It was a little awkward, though. I agree.
She gets her revenge, kicks the boxer guy's ass, and then I enjoy she like rocks him into the air, and all of the level ones or the 1 stars get in front to try to block the blood, and they don't get to it. So the 3 stars try to do it and can't get to it, and a little bit of blood gets on this main, I assume, badass.
Yeah, Satsuki.
Yeah, because everybody seems to be listening to everything that she says. And then she's like, you're going to tell me what I want to know. The person who left these scissors also killed my father, and I'm going to find them. And then that was the end of that episode.
That was the end.
There was an outro song. It was okay. I don't know if it's the same as the intro song, because this episode didn't have an intro song. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, mine didn't either. It went right into it.
Yeah, but episode 2, I let the beginning play. It does have an intro song, but I couldn't tell if it was the same song. But I can also tell why the intro is kept for episode 2, because it shows a lot of stuff. It shows the uniform coming on. It almost looks like she'll cut herself to kind of activate it. The uniform. I'm not sure.
It kept screaming how much more it wanted blood. So
right. I thought she was just gonna kill other people and then
I
get
did
their
too.
blood.
Yeah. Well, when she defeats that boxer guy, this little thread comes out from, because essentially you learn that the blade that she has, for whatever reason, can destroy these Goku suits. And so when she does defeat him, his suit like blows into shreds, and a little tiny thread comes out of it and is absorbed into the suit. And I assumed that was kind of like the life force that the jacket wanted.
I
But
thought I thought that every time she got a thread, she was going to get more clothes.
that's never gonna happen. It's an anime, man. That would
and
tell
that,
you what.
but that might have like motivated her into wanting to keep going
That's fair.
because she hates the fact that this is the skimpy form known to man.
Yeah, no. Someone called her out on it being a skimpy outfit, and she did not care for it.
No.
I would tell you, up until that scene, I was like, man, this is really beautifully done. There hasn't been too many like skeevy kind of feeling things, and then her outfit was genuinely just like a thread in certain parts.
Yep.
And it felt real unnecessary. I get it, but at the same time, like, I think you could probably stand out more if you didn't do that.
Yeah, that was a crossroad that I hit because I was like, I don't want to keep having to watch. I mean, I get it, but and they're at least acknowledging it, like
The fact that she hates
fourth
people.
wall ish.
Yeah.
But
Um,
weird. Yeah,
I do have a question for you. While watching it, how did you feel while the suit, which is named Senketsu, the sailor outfit that she calls it, how did you feel when that suit tried to put himself on her?
Oh, yeah, that was.
It felt like
I
a
mean,
rape scene, if I'm being honest. Like, I know that's like real for me to just throw that word in there, but it felt really
she was like,
cringy to listen to.
she was like calling out a perv. Yeah, I mean,
Like, he just kept like, he was like, no, just let me fit on you, and I promise. Like, and it was just, I don't know. The whole, that one particular scene felt rough. Like, I felt kind of weird watching. Other than that, the rest of it is what I would expect from.
so apparently this first aired October 2013. So maybe it could kind of get away with, but not really. I don't know. I guess it depends on how the rest of it goes. If it's a constant joke, that might be a bit much.
Yeah.
But can it be that if it's just a uniform you put on?
No, I get it. It just because they both went behind a pile of things, and that's all you heard or saw or read
Right.
was them or him trying to force himself onto her. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Again, it was one of the only times where I was like, "Oh, this feels kind of weird. I don't like this."
Right. Well, I mean, I felt most uncomfortable when the girl was saying, "Oh no, everyone's going to see my panties. I should have worn my sexy panties."
She did say that.
That part
Also,
made me feel real uncomfortable.
she also said, "I don't want to drop in this oil because then they'll see through my clothes."
So, I mean, I guess those kind of jokes you could kind of sense a different feel to it than say
That's like Master Roshi. I mean, I get like Master Roshi's a pervert. That's
right,
fine. It just felt like it might have gone over a little bit for me. But again, you're right that maybe if this doesn't do it ever again, I won't ever think back to it.
because the only thing that happened to was there was the uniform, there was Mako, the schoolgirl, and then there was when they were fighting and the boxer was kind of drooling over her.
Yeah.
But even he was like, "You're trying to use your looks to get through." And she's like, "I don't want to be dressed like this. I can't tell you enough." And he's like, "No. I get what you're trying to do."
But all in all, like beautifully drawn. You could definitely tell a huge difference between this one and Flamenco. And I think it's that they used computer editing. Or like they had to have used computer animation, at least for the opening scene or like when they're going over the town.
Yeah, It looked really good. The idea, I'm interested to see how much further it would go. I'm curious about the uniform and why it has powers to destroy the Goku uniforms. I'm impressed. I'm interested. I had to stop myself from watching episode 2 of this more than I had to stop myself from watching episode 2 of Samurai Flamenco.
Yeah, it was more. I mean, the first episode was definitely more action packed. There's a lot more to it, and in Samurai Flamenco, he gets the crap beaten out of him. So it's a lot more fun to watch someone else kill or beat up people.
Well, I mean, either way, you got to see somebody get beat up.
That's fair.
But the action level was definitely way hhigher than
right. Well, interestingly, it only has 2 seasons, so
yeah, that's what I was
not
looking
much to
at.
get through. 24 episodes. But most other countries aside from America have no problem just letting go of things. That's why there's just an obscene amount of anime out there in this world.
I would like to remind you of Inuyasha or Pokemon at all.
There are definitely a few exceptions to that, but I just mean like there are plenty of anime that I've seen that are like 1 season we're out by.
Yeah, and I think it's good when you can do that, and because a lot of times the stories are written and they know where it's ending. Sometimes I feel like when they keep going and going and going, they don't know how to end it, and then you run into things like Game of Thrones where they ended it, but that wasn't how anybody wanted to end it. Or Rise of Skywalker. So many people had so many problems with it because ending things is difficult. And if you don't know where your story's going, you can't tell it right.
I think the other part to that is the fact that it's hard to let go of something successful as well.
Right. But you can also you could do a whole spinoff on you could do prequels, you know what I mean? Like you could do things.
As
You
you
just have to
stated,
know.
Dragon Ball Z.
Right. Or even Naruto. Naruto has Naruto himself as a kid, and then it has him as a teenager, and then it has him where it follows his son and he's an adult.
So overall, would you? I mean, you've kind of already answered this, but you would want to continue this season.
I would be interested. I would almost say that you and I should watch season 1 and review it, and then season 2 and review it. But I wouldn't force it on you like the uniform.
I would not be opposed to it. No, much like you, agree. I would definitely want to continue this. It's more up my alley of, fighting and such. But
Flamenco was just so slow starting off, and that happens a lot with good animes. That's the problem a lot of animes have is that that first episode really just gotta set the lore. But I feel like this one did it really well and really fast. I still have
I still,
questions.
I still have a lot of
Well,
questions.
yeah, but okay. You accept that there's this big school. You accept that there are these power players with these uniforms, and the more skilled you are, the better a star you get. You understand that there's 3 stars. You understand the drive of the main character, and you understand that her friend's a fuck up.
You're not wrong, man. That is true. Okay, so out of, let's
I,
see.
I've got you already.
Okay.
The ranking will be no star, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star.
That makes sense. Like Goku suits. Is three the? Do we know that 3 is the highest?
I don't know. I tried not to look up
That's fair.
because spoiler for something that's been over since 2014.
Okay, so out of no star, 1 star, 2 star, or 3 star, what do you give it? That's tough because there's a middle.
Yeah, but I don't feel this one falls in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say it's hard to say 3 star. But I mean, I did have the uncomfortable complaints. So 2 star, but close to 3. if it didn't make me feel uncomfortable about watching this 17-year-old girl being hung upside down, I might say 3 stars. But with that, I can deal with vulgar, but you are making me understand that this is a 14-year-old or a 17-year-old high school girl, and then being like, I sure wore my sexy panties. I'm like, not a fan. I say 2-star Goku uniform.
So obviously the equivalent of the 5-star Dragon Ball, because the 5-star Dragon Ball is the second best Dragon Ball.
Obviously.
No, I would agree. If I have to scale it from a 0, 1, 2, 3, I would say 2. It is good enough to keep me going, and I think that the action was done really well. I think the art was really well done. I would tell you this is the first anime I've watched in a while where I'm like, man, this art
looked really good. And that's 2013, man.
Well, that
What's
just tells
everybody
you
else
how
been
lazy
doing?
some of these other artists are.
What's everybody else been doing?
But that makes sense, actually, considering who suggested this. The person that did our logo at Rock the Arts is the one that suggested this.
On Instagram.
Rock the Arts puts out some really good work. You guys should check him out. He's always open for commissions. On Instagram, it is at Rock the Arts.
Looks like Rock T Hearts.
It does. But it makes sense that he suggested it because, like I said, immediately within seconds, I was like, man, this sets it out from a couple other anime.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's a fun, action-packed anime. And you know what? It's an MCU film.
Yeah. Well, and much like you said, I think from the get-go, you're like, oh, I know what this is going to be about.
Yeah,
you knew the style, you knew everything about it.
Oh, okay, this is going to be humorous, and then they get into the fight over the uniform. I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be it flexes its muscles very early in a positive way.
I kind of thought when it first started, I thought we were going to get a battle royale situation. And I was pretty excited for that, but
I'd watch an anime about that.
There's got to be one because I know there was a manga for it.
I'm sure there's so many.
But anyways, if you guys liked today's segment, please let us know down in the comments below. In addition, if you guys have any suggestions for an anime you guys would like us to listen to, let us know. How can they let us know, Cleve?
One, the comments, like, subscribe, all that stuff's great. You can message us on our Instagram. You can message us on our Facebook. You can message us on our Twitter. They're all Friendship Supreme. Friendship Supreme on Twitter has no eyes because all eyes are typically on the YouTube channel. You just search Friendship Supreme and we'll be there. You can also, if you have the time and if you have the money, our Patreon, www.patreon.com/Friendship Supreme. We would appreciate it. You can go as low as $1. $5 gets you exclusive content.
I've been Michael.
This is Cleve, and I got on. Yay! $50 will get you lunch with us.
Really, just talk to us.
Is anybody there?